It won't let me unmute. It won't let me unmute. Oh my god. Please help me. Just let me unmute it. It's stuck. It's stuck. Sorry about that. My. Can you hear that? Can you hear that? I live differently now. I live in a square box. Things have changed tremendously for me. So I want to welcome everybody to my glorious, awesome show that if you're here live, you're probably an asshole. So, but if you're not an asshole, small chance that you aren't, I welcome you. We have a lot to talk about. I haven't done a show in, a month or something like that? Well, at least a real talking show. I've done 2, fact shows or whatever, and just had a little bit of fun with that. So, either way, good times, right? Wanted to welcome Stabby, Mr. White. Welcome to my shit show. What shall we talk about today? Who the fuck knows? So recently, I moved. In case you didn't know, I used to live in some place called Chandler. I moved kind of closer to Scottsdale. Chandler and Scottsdale are not the cheapest places to live. I decided that I was going to move a little bit closer to my work. And I got a little bit of flack from Joe, which is fine. But sometimes when you're stuck on the damn highway and the back streets just suck ass just as bad as the highways, and you're in when it takes an hour or a little bit more than an hour to get to work, or it takes a little bit more than an hour to get home, at that point it's just best to just move a little bit closer, at least in my opinion. I'm one of the few people who I can just grab a bed, a desk, clothes, and just move. It's not a big problem, so I moved. The only big problem is I'm paying roughly about what I was paying before in rent, but it's like a box, but it's so essentially nice. And let me just say, in Scottsdale, it's kind of like how do you say this? Like the Hollywood of Arizona. I don't know if you guys have been to Arizona, but if you have, it's pretty interesting. A lot of fake women around here, a lot of plastic boobs. If you were, I don't know. It's got its pluses, but then it's got its downsides. Like the fakeness kind of sucks, but it's not all that bad. A lot of plastic women. Not long-term material. If you know of anyone with big fake boobs, they're probably not good material long-term because they are usually slutty. A real woman is okay with what they have, if you know what I mean. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So what's happened in the Spreakerverse here? It looks like News Guy ran away. Now, unfortunately for News Guy, I guess what happened was, from what I heard from, I guess, him and from what Paul said, essentially Paul went on Jewish producer and Mr. Midnight Movie Show, and he just kind of explained what Nimbusters was and went through all that detail. I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't know News Guy's history was so safeguarded, and I don't know. It just seems like he kind of ran away from his roots of Nimbustering or whatever. And it wasn't even that bad, I don't think. And then after that, he just kind of quit his show, which is his right. But to me, if you're going to quit a show over what someone said online about another online character, there's a lot of people on here that won't stand by what their own online character says. Most people here don't use their real names or stuff like that. So I don't know. I do hope News Guy does come back, because it seemed like when he was around, there were more shows because there's more content. Because his was sort of like a Switzerland where a lot of people could come, unless he was mad at you at that given time. Then obviously he couldn't come then. So, but yeah, he really should just come back. Yeah, he's mad at Paul, but okay, take it out on Paul. Don't talk to Paul. don't shit on your core audience just because someone pissed you off. I mean, at any given time on Spreaker, everybody's pissed off at someone. Like right now, like people are so weird to me. Like, I don't know, like I just do my normal thing. Like nowadays, when it comes to weekdays, you'll probably see me at maybe DJ Bad Guy's show. I mean, that's I really don't. I don't know. I just work my 11-hour shift or whatever, and just go to his show for an hour or so, or maybe Black Sheep Network, or I mean, I don't know. Lately, I've been trying to watch like shows and listening to a little bit of Spreaker at the same time. Like real shows like Fargo, I've been watching that. I don't know if you guys have seen that show, but it's an awesome, awesome show. Let me give you a spoiler though about Fargo, semi-spoiler. It's not based on a fucking real story. The Coen brothers are fucking lying Jew bastards. Don't ever trust anything those fucking bastards have to say. They're full of fucking shit. Oh my shit fucks. Anyways, we gotta get back to me, because this is a show about me where I talk about you. It's the greatest thing ever. So, before I got off track with myself, I was gonna say about Spreaker, like since News Guy's gone, like there's just a lot of like just pissed offness. It's pretty funny. Like, looks like Red started a lot of shit because since no one knows who Reds is, essentially, it wasn't really a problem before, but just because there's so many scandals behind it. Like, for instance, a lot of people don't know who a lot of other people are, which is fine, but what I made note somewhere else was that at least we can separate each other by voice. That's, I guess, the defining thing. I mean, you can be a chatter, but usually when there's a voice attached to it, you know who they are. But in terms of whether you know them personally, that's on a per person basis. So, anyways, he or she, because there's a lot of controversy who Reds is, and I don't know. There's a lot of weird timing with Reds who did strange shows once they got caught out for something. Got caught using similar language, very bursty speeds, and I don't know. I suspected Reds was female a while back, just because it got so feminine about just stupid shit. But then again, fuck, a lot of people on this network are a bunch of fucking fags, basically. So, sorry, Stabby, I used the word fag. I know that offends you. But if it's any recollection or reconciliation, I'm a gigantic faggot myself. So, hey, right? Yeah. And so, when News Guy or One Angry Jew started bitching about... oh, no, let me backtrack here. A lot of people have been taking blame for News Guy disappearing. Like, I think One Angry Jew is taking, oh yeah, it was him. Then I think even Debbie even is pretending that she chased him away. It's like, everyone's pretending that they chased him away when he said in his own words that it was, Paul who basically said more than he wanted him to say. And because they're basically besties in terms of Eve friends, that pissed him off. So it'd be like your best buddy pissing you off, so you want to get out of here. So that's what happened, not all these other fucking tards thinking, oh yeah, we chased him off. No. Just ask him. I mean, he's still somewhat around. He does rebroadcasts. I mean, of TRP. I don't know. That's a very exciting fucking show, right? No, it's fucking awful. Sorry, don't tase me, This Guy. I can make fun of TRP. I don't make fun of your show. I can make fun of TRP. So all these people claiming they chased him away, they know best, right? No, they don't. And I don't know, like when all that was happening, people were talking about, oh, my website and all this, and oh, I'm a huge Nazi and all this, and it's just like, well, isn't that ironic that the biggest man of hugs on Spreaker is a gigantic pickle, fucking smoking, neo-Nazi hug bear that is up your ass with a tilted condom, and it's like, you guys got played or what? I don't know. I'm fucking tired. But yeah. So, anyways, when all that happened, and I think when One Angry Drew was trying to expose News Guy for his own gains, he tried to expose me a little bit, but I didn't really play in his hands like News Guy did. Like, News Guy kind of deflected and it kind of made him look bad, but best deflection is, I don't know, I guess irony, sarcasm, jokes. So, whatever, you know. I don't know. And then, like, after all that shit, like, out of nowhere, like Todd Morris of all people, like, he's like, oh, he's throwing this like fit about me, like, I didn't even do anything to this guy, and he's like, all mad at me all of a sudden. It's like, I don't know what I did, like, shit, you know. As far as I know, I was always at least, you know, nice to him and never had a problem. Said hi to him, said hug to him, and all of a sudden he's just got this big change of heart. It's like, well, shit, that's not nice. I don't know. What the fuck can you do, right? What the fuck can you do with these people? What can you do? You try to support them, and they stab you in the back. That's how they are. A bunch of backstabbers, right? Hell, one of you. Hell, 7 of you. But you know, there's one person who will never stab you in the back, and that is our inner narcissism. And I know that's a word, like bloviation, that gets overused a lot, but what I've noticed is we're all sort of narcissists in our own little way. Because I notice we all have self-interest, and we all go after it, and we attack people when it benefits us, and we defend people when it benefits us, and just the way it goes. And usually, as long as it's entertaining, do it. And a lot of people slam these trolls and me, but usually when I'm at your show, I'm trying to liven it up. Like, I'm not going to say I'm the best troll or that I'm even a troll. Some might consider me a love doll, but I consider myself trying to entertain myself, thus entertaining the other chatters, and thus trying to help you. Because when I created Spreaker Tavern, it was a way to get people to promote their shows. You know, it wasn't really to promote mine, although I do throw my show in there, but it was a way to get a lot of people that are active in the Spreaker community at each other's show. Because a big problem about Spreaker is all these people, they go to like 5 different shows and then they say Spreaker sucks. And it's like, no, actually it's not. Spreaker's actually pretty happening, but it's with shows that a lot of people won't click on. It's a lot of shows that people won't try out because they won't hit that explore button. They just want to be with familiar faces. And let's face it, all these shows, when you go to some of them, it's just the same thing over and over and over, which is fine. But you're missing out when you just 100% exclude other stuff, because with other voices and other shows, there's new knowledge to be gained. And when there's new knowledge to be gained, there's new potential relationships. Not like sex, guys, you fucking perverts, but I mean like friends, or just trading of ideas and going from there. Like, I don't know. It seems like we're all kind of stuck in the shell casings. And I've noticed a lot less participation, just in general. Like, I'm more of a weekend warrior, as you guys may or may not know. The reason being is I'm on the phone a lot at work. Kind of kills my voice. I was on the phone a little bit today, probably if I was working about 11 hours, took a 45-minute lunch. Yeah, so because I'm not on the phone all the time, so probably 3 hours worth, usually a day, which isn't too bad considering other shithole jobs out there. So yeah, you know, a good trick if you're on the phone a lot is one of those honey cough drops. Oh yeah, just suck on those. Yeah. That's another thing too. Not only do I suck on the honey cough drops, and the big thing about cough drops is they have the menthol in them, and I don't know if it's that good for you, but I just know it feels good coming down. Oh yeah, it's like deep and dark. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So I have no idea what the fuck I was talking about. Who fucking knows, right? Anyways, yeah, I just am basically a weekend warrior. I try to come on. I'm still moving stuff back and forth. A big thing that I'm missing from my other house is I have to do laundry elsewhere. Yes, that's right. I was too much of a fucking Jew to pay that extra $75 to get a washer and dryer. And looking back, I regret it, but the fiscal Jew in me wanted to save that because that $75 can buy other stuff. But then I realized, wait, I gotta fucking wash my shit, not here. And then I was looking at like eBay for like, I don't know, like some sort of washer and dryer, like a mini thing, or what sort of alternatives there were. And all of it was really expensive, or all of it looked really shitty. A lot of it had to do with dry spinning only, which basically dries out about 85% of the water, or 90%, and it's not good because then you have to hang it up wet, and you hope it actually evaporates, but you never know. But I do live in a very dry city, so it's usually not a problem. So yeah, I have to deal with that every Saturday or Sunday whenever I choose. And then yeah, but it's been a good move. There's a lot of nice stores, a lot of nice restaurants, a lot of nice people. It's mostly all white people out here. I don't know if that's good or bad, but it's kind of good and it's kind of bad. I left my keys in the door because I was doing something. I forget. I think I just got off work and I was like, fuck. I just ran in, forgot to take the keys out, and so I knocked. He said, "You forgot your keys out here." And I decided to tell him that I'm a dumb fuck, and I thank him. And then I had to go in there and blow him, So, you can't not give people the satisfaction. So, anyways, I'm gonna throw up a song here. Let's see what sort of shithole song do I have? Oh shit! Look what I got. Soviet March, Red Alert 3. Let's play that.
Andrew Down Under, and you're listening to Radio Ring, probably the best radio show on Spreaker, which he will tell you over and over again.
what's up? I'm back. So yeah, I don't know, can you guys hear that damn, another embarrassing aspect, I don't have fucking central air anymore. So what that means is I have a ghetto fucking thing in the window, and oh man, it's fucking embarrassing. Kind of embarrassing. It's a fun fact that I'm paying the same as what I was paying before, just smaller. I don't know. Maybe I regret what I did, because now I don't have a fucking washer and dryer. Now I'm in a smaller space. But the good thing is I'm 5 minutes away from my work as opposed to an hour. So that means I get to sleep in. Yeah, I get to sleep in. How about that? I get to do a little bit more things. I get to prep my food so I can do other things. You know, it's a little fucking life, you know? Fuck yeah, it is. So let me read the chat. Let me catch up with what you assholes had to say. I mean, friends. So I see Stabby, Mr. White, Reds. You know, it's weird about this Reds account. Because another thing that Reds did was they deleted their Facebook account right around the time someone was doing their little chimp out and all this, and I don't know, like, did Reds delete their Spreaker account? Because this Reds account looks like it has like 1 or 2 followers. And I kept wondering about that. You just delete everything? I mean, that's up to you, but it was just funny because why did Reds delete their Facebook when it was someone else that was pissed off at everyone else? You know, why? If there's no reason to do it, why do it? Because usually there's a reason for everything, so I don't know. Anyways, hi Stabby, hi White, hi Reds. Let me start from the bottom here. APOC moved from a Walmart cart to a Rayleigh's cart. I don't know what a Rayleigh is. I'm assuming that's similar store to Walmart, although I could be wrong. I don't fucking know. It sounds like a bunch of fucking Nevada talk, if I've ever heard that shit. Oh yeah, and Stabby was at Wigger Fest again. In case you guys don't know, Stabby likes white hip-hop, what would you call that, like ICP shit? I don't know. Just ICP clone stuff. Although I could be wrong, I just know it's kind of white hip-hop. I don't know, Stabby, why don't you ever go to like Asian hip-hop or Latrino hip-hop? Why is it always the white guys you're hanging out with? Because I think, as you said earlier, there weren't too many black guys there. Why all the hate in the hip-hop community? That's not good at all. You know, I think there needs to be more love, more diversity, and more companionship in the hip-hop communities. I don't like the barriers that you guys construct for yourselves, because then it makes me look good. So let's start from the bottom. Joe is a girl. Yes. Today, I was training this guy that really knew what he was doing because he knows how to recruit himself. And when we do the presses at work, where we shoot off the emails to people, and we post everything to Monster and Craigslist for the jobs, because I basically, my job is getting people to sign up for other jobs, send out jobs for different clients, and basically somewhat screen them and then let the clients screen them and go from there. Joe's a girl, yes. See, Joe has been a little bit of a woman lately, and that's fine, because when I get up to Canada, I'm going to tear that ass. Dat money, okay? You know what I'm saying? Dat money. See, News Bitch was fagging it up at TRP. What do you mean fagging it up? Well, if you're talking about his browser crashing, yeah, that sucked. But what can you do? I mean, he's playing Facebook games, so I don't know. He should, at this point, play those Facebook games on your cell phone. I told him to try another browser because I've had something like that happen to me once. would crash all the time, so I just switched browsers. Mr. White fell asleep listening to TRP, as you should, because it's another one of those same shows, same thing every time, nothing new learned. Just the way it goes, man, you know. Let's see. He ran like a cunt because he loves those bigot assholes. What's wrong with bigot assholes? We need love too. No one cares about Dembski. They have this big hate against each other. Is Reds secretly Dembski? But see, Dembski is a really bad troll because his spelling is atrocious. So don't take offense to that, Dembski, but you make a lot of errors, and Reds is more bursty, so I don't think it's you, but could be. Fuck, who knows? Anyways, I think Dembski is Pepe Grillo. It could be. Dembski slurs everything. Sounds like a drugged retard. Yeah, that sounds like it could be Dembski at this point, because Dembski was trying a little too hard, because that was spelled really wrong right there. APOP thinks Reds is Debbie. Yeah, could be. I think all signs are pointing to yes for a lot of reasons. The timing of the deletions when Debbie was in full meltdown mode. Reds deleted stuff. Reds used very similar language that Debbie does. Bursting, the burst style of typing, very similar. Quite a few other things that made me think that. And it was getting all needy in a few of her shows. So, I don't know. And some of the timing that they showed up at the same... there's quite a few, factors that, to me at least, point to yes. But I could be wrong. And that's an internet radio first of where I could say I'm wrong. But I'm leaning towards yes. So, if they do hear this, then they'll probably modify their behavior and change it around. So, it's up to them, you know. We all had too much soy, according to Debbie. Yeah. Soy's overrated. Fuck it. Chris thinks it's the liberal media. The traditional gender roles are much more fluid. Gender roles are much... What the fuck? What the fuck are you talking about, Sebby? How fucking dare you talk that way on my show? God. What the shit? Hitler's micropenis is in the news. Yeah, how are they going to talk about his micropenis if they can't even find his body? You know? Because they really have not found his body. The Soviets claim they have some remnants of it, but a lot of people think that's not them, so I don't know. I don't think penises last from the 40s too well. At least I don't think so. Okay. To not having that stigma of being like John Wayne. The hippies and disco era had nothing to do with social changes. It's soy. Yeah. Well, hippies are just awful people. I think Mr. White was a hippie. Or at least flirted with hippie chicks. I mean, just think of where Mr. White's penis has been all these years. Think of all the hairy bush that fucking pepperoni has been around. I don't know. I hope Mr. White recognizes he has a few kids out there he doesn't know about, and Mr. White recognizes he probably has a few incurables, probably syphilis, and what can you do at this point? Really nothing. Just accept what you are. Do I work for West APOC? West? What the fuck is West Halls? All you ever wanted to know about broccoli, you know. As I always say on some of my shows prior, you gotta eat the broccoli, man. The broccoli is the healthiest vegetable. That's all you gotta eat. Broccoli, spinach, stuff like that. You know, I'd say that, and then eat meat and a little bit of fruit. I think that nutritional pie chart was all wrong. They put fruit too high. No. You need nuts, veggies, meat, eggs, stuff like that. So you might get a little bit of a stroke here and there. they'll pass. But you know what the biggest cause of strokes and heart attack and all that shit is? It's stress. Get rid of stress, you'll live a little bit longer. But will it be as fun? Who knows? Don't wash them more than once in a month, or wash them... I think Stabby was just making fun of me for not washing my balls. Yeah. Sometimes they can stink, but... I don't know, like... I don't know if I want to pay an extra probably 10 cents a day for every bath and turning on the water around here. I mean, it's not something that I personally want to pay for. I think that I'll just stick to the once or twice a week showering, because that way people will notice me. You know, people will get a whiff of my asshole hair. Like, it's just not fair to them to let them even know that I'm not there. I can't afford deodorant, so how can I afford showers, you know? Okay, let's see here. APOC, and I can spell, I just have typos sometimes. Yeah, but don't we all? Me, Dembski. Who knows? Reds at this point could be anybody. I mean, it's funny how Reds knew all these players and from BTR and had a wide knowledge of all this stuff. I think News Guys has floated his narrative about who Reds is, but I'll let him share it. I don't want to spoil that. If he wants to share, I'm not gonna. He kind of, yeah. Everyone actually kind of has their own narrative on who Reds is. It'd be kind of interesting to find out at some point. I mean, there's lots of speculations, but I just go by all the different factors, as I said before. Like, you throw a lot of factors and you point at one area. To me, that's good enough to assume, but not say for sure. So, and anyways, what the fuck are you gonna do? Reds is never gonna get on a show or anything like that. So, we'll probably just never know. No one ever knows. No one will ever know. Conspiracy theories. I guess that is a conspiracy theory, huh? That makes me a conspiracist. And it feels good to be a conspirator. Oh yeah, dirty assholes. Yes, I'm Debbie, duh. That's sarcasm. That's sarcasm. So Reds, we have confirmed both. And another thing too, hey, it could be a joint account. I've shared some of my sock puppets with people. Sometimes more than one person. So, hey, who knows? Who knows? People can do what they want. Yeah, I hate stubble. I like bush. You like these nuts. Occasionally have the gayness. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with being too much of a gay fuck. Because didn't Bill Maher talk about the gay mafia? Because I know they paid off Stabby really hard. I don't know what they paid Stabby. Because you got to wonder, like, where does Stabby's funding come from? And no one's ever asked that. Where does Stabby get his money? And to me, Stabby gets his money from the gay mafia. They show up at his door every month, but it's not a lot. You see, he got with the wrong representative. So Stabby's stipend, I think, is it's about $2,000. That's all he gets a month, is about $2,000. So the $800 covers his rent, and the rest kind of goes with the food, the weed, and the hip hop tickets, so he can go party it out. I think he can only go to the hip hop shows probably once a month. That's all he can afford, because when he eats all the mac and cheese, you know, eventually you have to just downgrade to ramen. I don't know if you guys have ever had ramen, or a lot of it, and you were in just desperate times. I have not. There were some periods where I ate something that was a little bit above ramen, like those microwavable, like chop suey ones that were, instead of like 10 cents each, they were, I believe, $1. and they're just better. They came with like certain sauces. Now, obviously, when I say they're better tasting. Obviously they're fucking shit for you. You shouldn't be eating any of that crap. It's all choc filled. Oh man, it's just MSG Central. You shouldn't be eating any of that shit. But and I always love how they pretend they're not MSG and they just rename it something else. It's like no MSG. Yeah, it's like yeah, it's still there. You fucking piece of shit. So okay, it's the real News Guy, not that silly sock puppet. Yeah, I saw another sock puppet of News Guy, but it went by Peter Goodman. So I don't know. And another thing too, click on their names. Feel free to do that, guys. I don't know if you guys are on cell phones or computers, but yeah, definitely try to click on their names. I know anybody can sock anybody, but they've made it a little bit harder. Earlier in the Spreaker days, you could just right-click someone's avatar, save it on your computer, clone them, and just that process would take 1 minute, because back then you didn't have to verify accounts. You could literally clone someone in about 30 seconds and be in their chat and just screw with them. I mean, that was silly, but nowadays to clone someone, it's a lot harder. Not too much harder, but you save it, then you zoom in and just go from there. Zoom in and use the sniping tool and just be sure you snipe it correctly. Bam, you're that person. So with that being said, now many are going to think that I was that Peter Goodman account, which I was not. I haven't really socked a whole lot since I got back from Vegas, believe it or not. Not terribly a lot. Ever since I went to Vegas, I don't know, I can't say I haven't socked at all, but it's been very rare, and usually it was for a purpose of some kind. But not as much, like just, I don't know, either boredom or just always multitasking, doing other shit. Because I don't know about you guys, when you're at shows, I may or may not have hit play, I'll be honest. It might be a 50-50 chance. A good way to tell that if I've been listening is if I'm talking about the subjects. But if I'm just talking with people in the chat, good chance maybe I didn't hit play. And it's nothing against the host, nothing against the content, but sometimes there's better music, sometimes there's better shows to be watching, and sometimes I just don't want to hear it. Because it might be the same shit over and over and over and over, and I just want to fucking blow my head off. You know, it's like, fuck. Anyways, if you've learned anything from this show today, is that News Guy needs to get the fuck back, come back, get your ass back, because that was one of the few shows on here that actually had replay value. Now, obviously, when I say replay value, I mean you probably want to listen to it within a week, because if it's a news show, then the replay value isn't as good when it comes to news, because that could change the next day or you've already heard it. So when it comes to a News Guy show, I'd say you better listen to it within probably the first 48 hours. Otherwise, you probably already heard it. But if it's drama on the News Guy show, that can last forever. But even that, it's like people forget about it because people just fight with each other and then they love each other the next week. So it's old news. So it's kind of funny, like all the flip-flopping people do around here. They're so mad at each other and then they love each other. They're so mad and then they love each other. And then there's people like behind the scenes who pretend they're not, and I don't know. It's like, okay, they're above this network, but they're around. Don't fool yourself. They're around. They're sneaky little fucks, you know. I wish I could be around a lot more than like I used to be, but it's just not the case, you know. Dat money, you know what I'm saying? Dat money, dog. Thanks, APOC. I won't share that right now. Yeah, and then where my freedom of Spreak. I like udon and soba noodles. I don't know what that is. Sometimes I walk into the Asian aisle, and I look at all that shit. I'm like, I don't want to fuck it up, you know. So that's why I don't ever buy from the Asian groceries aisle. It's like it's just like walking down the Mexican aisle. A little bit easier to cook some of that stuff, the Mexican stuff, but the Asian aisle, I don't know. It's like fuck. I'll just eat a damn Asian restaurant, you know. $20 plate, fucking go there. MSG comes from kelp. Sleepy. I always have music on with talk, so I assume Mr. White said he always has music on with talk. That is good. You know, like when the Goofy Bone used to do his shows, he always had that background music. And it's good because if you have a pause, which if you're doing a show every night for a few hours, or even an hour-long show, or even a fucking 30-minute show, and it's just you gotta do something because there's gonna be pauses. Like even me doing this show today, there's pauses, and that's my fault because I'm a shitty podcaster, but at the same time, there's nothing else on, so you're fucking stuck with me. So enjoy, you fucks. And another thing, Desert Rose needs to do a show. I have not talked to her in a while. I'm feeling she's a little bit mad at me for some reason. I don't know. Certain people are mad at me. Bipolar people, I guess. Fucking 1 minute, you know, you're having a good conversation with someone, and minute, bam, gone. I don't know. Some people are just too ridiculous to be friends, and once you're friends with them, what's the point? Because then, if you speak your mind, when certain people encourage people to speak their mind and be true men, it doesn't work out that way, because then you are turning against them. Or if you speak your true mind, then it's bad, or you disagree too much. So I don't know. Some people are just silly, goofy fucking people. Oh my god. Oh well. But then again, maybe I am. You know, maybe I'm the ridiculous one for not seeing that way, for not thinking that way. Maybe it's me. Maybe I should take these fucking pliers and go buy another one at the dollar store. Just stab both ears out, fucking twirl and curl it all up. I need a lobotomy. I need one bad. Stick some tofu up my nose so I can grow some huge tits. Become a tranny. Show the world that I'm number one. The unisex race is the number one race. You know, the big tranny with the I guess brown nipples are acceptable in this instance, but normally they're not. So yeah, that's where the show's gonna go. I'm gonna have to start the GoFundMe, because another thing too is I have to go fight Joe. I don't know if you guys noticed. I'm gonna go fuck up Joe. I know. Here's the thing about Joe. Joe's the type of guy that I said, if I'm gonna fly to Canada, you're picking me up at the airport. He's like, no, you can't do that. It's like, yes, I can. It's like, and yes, you will, motherfucker. I don't even know where fucking Nova Scotia is, and I'm supposed to go fight him? It's like, that's bullshit. So I'm hopping on a plane, literally going, I don't know where. I just know Canada. And Canada, I think, is the second biggest country. So I'm going, all I know, I also know it's towards the eastern Canada somewhere, so I'm going to go there, and he won't even fucking pick me up at the airport. Like, I'm going to be lost in Canada, filled with a bunch of fucking blueberry pieces of shit, probably speaking French, being a bunch of dirt rags,